I tried the iRacing 12 Hours of Sebring with my Paddock Racing Team teammates, and here's how it went. We sent my teammate Jay out to qualify, who put down a pretty respectable 1 minute 47.750. Now we decided to run the Porsche 963 GTP in this race as we wanted to participate in the fastest class. This lap put us P11, which is a pretty respectable place to be in a 15 car field in terms of GTPs. There were 59 total entries. We knew we had our work cut out for us, but in reality it's a 12-hour race and there's no way we wouldn't have our work cut out for us no matter where we qualified. We sent Jay out to start the race, knowing that 12 hours is a really long time, so our only goal for the start was just to survive. That's really important in an endurance race, and it's the main key factor to make sure that you end up having a good race. If you bin it on lap 1, you're going to have tons of repairs and tons of damage, which is not something that we wanted anything to do with. Jay went out and started off his first stint incredibly. He kept everything really clean, we didn't run into any accidents, and that was exactly what we needed. We were okay to lose places on the start because it was all about survival at this point. 12 hours ahead of us, we just needed to stay in one piece. After only a few laps, the GT3 traffic started to show up, and that's a really important thing about the race. You're spending the entire time dodging all the other cars, especially when you're in the fastest class. Not only are you dodging GT3s, but you're also dodging LMP2s. During Jay's first stint, he did a really good job making sure that we stayed out of any trouble, only passing people when it was fully necessary, and for the other guys, going just on the straights. We have so much more horsepower than them, so there's really no point to try and push it through a corner when that's not a safe pass to make. Then it was time for my first stint in the car, and my only goal was to make sure that I didn't go off track and hit anyone. It's all about consistent driving and just making sure the laps are flowing, feeling good. Around lap 40, we started to get into a battle with one of the Cadillacs, the guys ahead of us, and it was about time that we wanted to get by them. I'd been catching them my entire stint, trying to get closer and closer and closer lap after lap, and around lap 40, I had finally caught them, and it was time to make the move up the inside. It's a move that I've been waiting to do, but I really wanted to do it in the right place, and I thought that the hairpin, turn 7, shooting it up the inside, braking just that little bit later, was going to be the place that I could get it done. After my stint, Jay got back in the car for what we were hoping would be a really casual stint, except for one thing that got in the way. After I got up to let my dog out, Jay's game crashed, which caused us to get the tow back to the pits, and we ended up being 3 laps down until he could get back in the car. Other than that, and a small little spin which brought out our one and only meatball of the race, Jay's stint was pretty clean, and we just now had to recover. It become a recovery race from something from P6 to P10 just to try and get us back into it. There was tons of time left to go, over half the race, so it was really just a grind to get back to where we know we should be. A few uneventful hours later, it was time for me to get back in the car. My main goal of this stint was to stay as consistent as possible in terms of average lap pace, which I like to think that I did pretty well, especially considering the amount of traffic that we were going through. For the majority of my laps, I was anywhere in between the 50s and 52s. Now, the 52s and 53s are more when we're lapping traffic, but I was setting consistent 150s, anywhere between 150.8, 150.2, 150.6. That was the goal, was to stay consistent. We knew there was still a ton of time left in this race as we crested the halfway mark while I was in the car, and it was all about recovering. We had made up a few positions here and there on some guys that had pit or had some incidents, but the consistent laps were really, really, really crucial and beneficial to our overall race. After 2 hours in the car, it was time for Jay to get back in and do the same. And that's exactly what he did. As the sun began to set at Sebring, we knew that the time was now. The track was cooling down, the car felt substantially more dialed on its tires, and we knew that it was time to get to work. Lap after lap after lap, Jay's next stint in the car was perfect. After a few off tracks here and there, but that's okay. That's what happens when you're in an endurance race. Jay was incredible. The sun started to set. It looked beautiful, and we were really just enjoying the vibe, enjoying the 12-hour, enjoying the team, enjoying the chemistry, and having a good time while he went around and lapped. I was getting prepared to do my next stint, which would eventually be in the dark, which is totally fine. I really enjoy driving in the dark. I know Jay does too. It's our favorite time to drive in this game, and we really were just working on getting back up. We made up a few positions here and there while the sun was setting, and it was getting time for me to get back in the car for what would be my last stint of the evening. I got back in the car after the sun had set, and this was the best I had felt all day. Track temperature had dropped to 23 degrees, and the car felt insanely good. It was the best it had felt on its tires all day, and I was setting laps anywhere in between the 48s and the 49s. This was 2 to 3 seconds faster a lap than we were setting when the sun was up and when the track was hot. Now it was just a matter of time to go consistent for my last stint. We had climbed all the way back up to P7, which for us was incredible considering the game crash and one meatball. We were looking really good and feeling really good and feeling confident. All I did was just lap after lap stay consistent, anywhere between the 48s and 49s, weave through the traffic, make sure to stay out of anyone's way, and make sure I could get through safely, and that's exactly what I did. Before, it was time to hand back the car to Jay to finish it out and close off the 12 Hours of Sebring. To be honest with you, Jay's last stint was pretty uneventful. Occasionally, we'd have some traffic that he'd have to weave through, but other than that, we were pretty consistent in P7. The only team that was on the lead lap was the leaders. It was a really competitive field with a few of us kind of all scattered around the track, but really it was just a matter of staying consistent and making sure that we don't lose a place. We could have gone for P6, except we had misjudged the amount of fuel, so therefore Jay had to fuel save a little bit at the end, which cost us one position and not getting P6, but we ended up finishing P7 in the iRacing 12 Hours of Sebring, which was a great result for the Paddock Racing Team. We were super excited, super happy about that result. It was my first time running the 12 Hours of Sebring, actually running a 12-hour endurance race on iRacing at all, and so we were super happy with the result that came out. And of course, Jay had to do some celebratory donuts to let everybody know and everyone else in the lobby that it was a great race and that we had a ton of fun, and I know everyone else did. So it was a really good time. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and I can't wait to do this again when we get to the Nürburgring 24 in June, which we'll be doing hopefully in GT3. So we'll see you guys next time, and thanks so much.